Morning students, today we are going to see lesson 7, Indian economy. Write the meaning of economic growth. So what is Indian economy? Yes, we are seeing about the economic conditions of in India. Write the meaning of economic growth. A country's economic growth is usually measured by national income indicated by gross domestic product, that is GDP. The GDP is the total monetary value, the money value of the goods and services produced by the country over a specific period of time, usually 1 year. That is called as GDP, isn't it? So a country's economic growth is usually measured by national income indicated by gross domestic product. The GDP is the total monetary value, means the money value of the goods and services produced by the country over a specific period of time, usually 1 year. Next we will see about the state and two features of developed economy. That is high national income and high per capita income will decide the developed economy of a country. Next, write the short note on natural resources. What is natural resources? What we get from nature is called as natural resources. Any stock or reserve that can be drawn from nature is a natural resource. The major natural resources are land, forest, water, mineral and energy. Point out one feature of Indian economy. What is the condition of Indian economy? Indian economy is a typical example of mixed economy. Mixed economy means, this means both private and public sectors, isn't it? For example, schools, colleges, hospitals we can take. Private hospital and public hospital, government hospital, isn't it? Coexist and function smoothly both together is called as mixed economy. Give the meaning of non-renewable energy. What is non-renewable energy? Which cannot be used again. As the name suggests, the sources of energy which cannot be renewed or reused are called non-renewable energy sources. Give a short note on sense choice of technique. What is sense choice of techniques? It's just a word. Research work and main aims are to capital intensive technique. It's for the research work and for the adaptation of capital intensive technique. So we will learn in the form of question and answer. Okay. It's a research work. Sense choice of technique was a research work where he argued that in a labor surplus economy, generation of employment cannot be increased at the initial stage by the adaptation of capital incentive technique. The main words was a research work and adaptation of capital intensive technique is very important. List of the reasons for low per capita income as given by V.K.R.V. Rao. First one, uneconomic holdings. Uneconomic holdings means the market price of the produce is less than the cost of production. So the farmer is producing or the producer is producing, but the sales is made in low cost due to inabilities in uneconomic holdings. So the market price of the produce is less than the cost of production is called as uneconomic holdings. Uneconomic holdings with subdivisions and fragmentation. Low level of water availability for crops. First we are seeing for the agriculture, isn't it? Now we will move on to part C. Define economic development. The level of economic development is indicated not just by GDP but by an increase in citizens' quality of life or well-being. So listen, not only the GDP is telling about the economic development, the standard of the living of people, that is increase in citizens' quality, the standard of living, whether he is above the poverty line, whether he is getting good job, good income and good earnings to take off his life. That must be seen, but by an increase in citizens' quality of life, standard of living. The quality of life is being assessed by several indices. They are such as Human Development Index. First one is how they assess. Their standard of living is assessed by Human Development Index, Physical Quality of Life Index, and Gross National Happiness Index. All these are considered for the standard of living of the people. These three they must have: Human Development Index, Physical Quality of Life Index and Gross National Happiness Index. The short forms are given in bracket. On the basis of the level of economic development, nations are classified as developed and developing countries. Two types are there, that is developed and developing countries, economies. Developed economies are those countries which are industrialized, their industries utilize their sources efficiently and have high per capita income. So you see two types are there. What are the categories of good economic development? There must be HDI, PQLI and GNHI, isn't it? And next one, there are two types of economies, developed and developing economies. Developed economies are those countries which are industrialized. They have industrialization, utilize their resources, that is mines, all these things. and have high per capita income. The USA, Canada, UK, France, and Japan are some of the developed economies. Developed economies are also termed as advanced countries, isn't it? They are advanced countries, little faster than the developing countries. On the other hand, countries which are not fully utilize their resources like land, mines, workers, etc., have low per capita income are termed as underdeveloped economies. Examples of underdeveloped countries are Bangladesh, Myanmar, Pakistan. We are developing countries. State Ambedkar's economic ideas on agricultural economics. So Ambedkar is talking for the basis of agricultural economics. In 1918, Ambedkar published a paper, Small Holding in India and Their Remedies. Small holding means what? The division of lands. Citing Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations, he made a fine distinction between consolidation of holdings. Consolidation means of holdings means bring together in one impact plots of land farmer, that combining and uniting the land farmers. And enlargement of holdings. Enlargement of holdings means uniting the farmers. So when they are uniting the farmers, what will happen? There will be a development in the agriculture, isn't it? So Ambedkar economic ideas on agricultural economics. So he is combining consolidation of holdings and enlargement of holdings, combining all the farmers, land farmers together. Write a short note on village Sarvodaya. It's by Gandhiji. It was told by Gandhiji. According to Gandhi, real India was to be found in villages and not in towns or cities, isn't it? The real life of people will be standardized only in villages. They must have all the facilities in the villages, the water facility, the health, the education, everything. If it is fulfilled in the villages, then it is a developed country. So he suggested the development of self-sufficient, self-dependent villages. So the villages must be self-sufficient, means all the facilities must be provided to the villages and self-dependent. They have their own ability to develop their villages. Write the strategy of Jawaharlal Nehru's in India's planning. So planning, now they come to the planning. First they talk about agriculture, they talk about the village Sarvodaya. So next they are coming to the planning by Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was responsible for the introduction of planning in our country. So he started the planning commission. To Jawaharlal Nehru, the plan was essentially an integrated approach for development. The planning is made for the development of the economy. That is in agriculture, in society, industrialization, all these things. Initiating the debate on the second plan in Lok Sabha in May 1956, Nehru spoke on theme of planning. He said the essence of planning is to find the best way to utilize all resources of manpower, of money and so on. Manpower means the farmers. Planning for Nehru was essentially linked up with industrialization and eventual self-reliance. Self-reliance means relied upon one's own power rather than of other. That is, he is starting to develop the own power, the people's own power for the economic growth on a self-accelerating growth. Accelerating growth means to cause factor greater development and progress. That is for development and the growth. Nehru carried through this basic strategy of planned development. Next we will see about write the VKRV Rao's contribution on the multiplier concept. Multiplier concept means about the investment, income and multiplier. So he is coming inside first we saw about agriculture, then we saw about planning, next we are going to multiplier concept. Rao's examination of the interrelation between investment, income and multiplier in an underdeveloped economy was his major contribution to macroeconomic theory. As a thinker, teacher, economic advisor and direct policy maker, VKRV Rao followed the footsteps of his great teacher John Maynard Keynes. Write a short note on welfare economics given by Amartya Sen. So each economists are telling each one to the economy. Poverty and famines. Poverty means what? Below the poverty line. No, those that don't have employment opportunities, no income, isn't it? In his book, that is whose book? Amartya Sen. In his book, several famines have been studied in the working of a general theoretical framework from an original angle. So they are learning about the poverty and famines. Poverty means poorness, isn't it? Famines means those who are suffering without food and shelter. Poverty and inequality. Sen has carried out massive work on poverty and inequality in India. Inequality means regarding religious and races, poor, rich, middle class, all these things. Sen's major point has been the distribution of income, consumption among the persons below the poverty line is to be taken into account. To uplift the economy, what has to be taken? The poverty level must be given, they must given opportunities, job opportunities, and income must be increased. The concept of capability. The concept of capabilities developed by Sen has been cited as a better index of well-being than commodities or utilities. Commodities means about the consumption, isn't it? Next, we will see about the entitlement. Sen has included the concept of entitlement, like items like nutrition, food, medical, health and healthcare, employment, security of food supply in times of famine, etc. Famine means very poor condition, isn't it? Drought and famine. The people will suffer a lot without food and shelter. Choice of technique, as I told you, it's a research work, adaptation of capital intensive technique. Already we have seen this, isn't it? Since choice of technique was a research work where he argued that in a labor surplus economy, generation of employment cannot be increased at the initial stage by the adaptation of capital intensive technique. It's very important. Sense technique. Next, lastly we will come to the explain the social infrastructure of an economy. Social infrastructure refers to the structures which are improving the quality of manpower. That is how the people are working. The industrialization is going. Agriculture develops to industrialization and contribute directly, indirectly towards the growth of an economy. The infrastructure means what? That these structures are outside the system of production and distribution. Apart from production and distribution, the development of these social structures help in increasing the efficiency and productivity of manpower. What are the things? What are the social infrastructures? Shall we see? For example, schools, colleges, hospitals and other civic amenities must be constructed, isn't it? It is a fact that one of the reasons for the low productivity of Indian workers is the lack of development of Indian social structure. So social infrastructure means developing the schools, colleges, hospitals, construction of dams and other civic communities must be developed. It is a fact that one of the reasons for the low productivity of Indian workers is the lack of development of social infrastructure. With this, we end this session and we will continue in the next class. Thank you, students. God bless you all. Study well.